How are you? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. Yeesh. All right, all right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Getting everything started over here. All right. Let's see here. We are live on the YouTubes. Good. All right, let's make sure. Bobo Beep says, howdy. Howdy, Bobo. Oh, my. Hello. Looky here. All right. Let's see about Twitch. We good there. Let's see. Give a second. Yes, we are. We are good there. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. There we go. Get everything shared. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Here we are. Boom. Let's get that up there. All right. Here. Pop right there. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. Just getting everything shared, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting everything shared. Welcome. Hello to everybody. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. Yeesh. Ooh, new bagger? COCP? Ooh. Brand new. All right, brand new. I like brand new. Already got a bagger and the day just started. Another bagger. Yeah. All right, there we go. Get this set up. Bop right there. Get this set up over here. Bop. There we go. Well, do me a favor. Write down that you did a video on GCTK. Didn't you do a video there? Let me get a pen. Let me write it down. Yes, so I could write down that we did the video. Video. All right. There we go. No. There you go. Take your pen back. Stealing. Yes. Yes, good. Very much stealing. Yes. Stealings. All right. It's time. Yeah, it's time to do the intro. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to regular ski. Other times she gets shot out the cannon and she goes wee. Other times she likes to go into the stock market and find ABCD. Sometimes we send her to RBs where she finds videos of puppies and kitties. Other times, other times she likes to steal my lo mein. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things there. Ish, there are. We call her DBL Moms. Didn't expect that one that time, huh? All right. Yeesh. So, that's what we got going on, folks. That's what we going on. So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, folks. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah. So far, ladies and gentlemen, we called 4 baggers this morning. We did call 4 baggers this morning. So let's go over them. Let's go over them real quick. So we called HCWB, which ran up a nice 114%. All right, ran up a nice 114% right there. HCWB ran up a nice 114%. All right, we called VSTD, which ran up a nice 233%. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. VSTD ran up a nice 233%. GCTK, we actually did a video on GCTK. Did a video on it. Was it this morning or last night? Yeah. Yeesh. It ran up a total of 168%. 168%, ladies and gentlemen. Did a video on it, ran up 168%. And we called all these stonks prior to them even running. So then our newest bagger, we called this one literally, well, we called it this morning, but it just shot up a couple of minutes ago. It ran up a nice 144%. COCP ran up 144%. So you got that going on as well. You got that going on right there. All right. But yeah, let's get ourselves all set up. Let's get ourselves ready. All right. So we got GCTK. That one ran up so far 168%. We're going to take a look at that one first. GCTK. Let's see what news we got. What news do we have on GCTK? GCTK currently up 140%, 141%, and then basically had a nice high of 168%. We have made a video on the stonk. All right. It actually has news that came out yesterday that they secured a $20 million investment agreement. Not to mention the fact that they entered a purchase agreement with Six Borough Capital, which committed to purchasing up to $20 million of the CO's common stock. And just now, it came out with some news, literally just a second. Yeah, that their shares are trading higher after the company announced that it entered into a purchase agreement with Six Borough Capital. Six Borough Capital committed to the purchasing up to $20 million on the company's common stonk right there. Yeah. So right there, that's what you got going on right there. The stonk went up because of that. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated right here. So you had a nice little A to B, B to C, C to D right there. And then after that proceeded to right there, pennant, descending wedge. Got that going on right there. All right, let's get some support and resistance lines right there. Let's get some support and resistance lines. Let's go. Let's see what we got going on. Bop right there. All right. So currently, the stonk has a resistance point of $44.49. I can't English good today, ladies and gentlemen. Not English and good. All right. $6.67, $8.38, $9.58, $10.78. All right. That is the current support line. It has resistance at 12.27 and 14.67. So you got that going on right there. You got that going on right there. Yes, sir. So GCTK needs to break the descending wedge. Ran up as high as 168%. So yeah, we got that going on right there. COCP moving. Yeesh, let's see what COCP is doing. COCP currently up 119%. 119%, ladies and gentlemen, 119%. So it did do that right there, but it had a bit of a high over here at 144%. Has to break through the pennant right here for it to really be schmexy to mya. Again, had a nice ABCD, formed into a pennant over here. Needs to break that pennant for it to really be schmexy to mya. Let's get some graffiti pencil activated over mya. Bop right there. And bop right there, because that is where the thing has gone. Let's see what we got going on here. So we got support at 337, resistance at 399. But the support lines are 138, 194, 238, 268, and 299, as well as 337, ladies and gentlemen. So right now it's falling below the 337 mark. We don't like that, ladies and gentlemen. We don't like that. I want it to break the pennant. Needs to break the pennant, ladies and gentlemen. So COCP needs to break that pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up. Let's see. COCP needs to break the pennant. Yeesh. Right there. All right. So that's what we got going on. Let me get a drink real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get a drink real quick. All right, I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen. COCP is a bit overbought on the RSI, a little bit overbought on the RSI. So you got that going on right there. That's what you got going on right there. So right now, that's what we got. Right now, it looks like it's curling though a little bit. Looks like it's trying to curl a little bit. COCP. So let's see what's going on. Right now, COCP is currently up 151%. New high of the day. New high. New high. 155. 156. Got that going on right there. 157. Still moving. Still curling. 160. 166. 167. Yes, sir. Come on now. 167%. 167% right there. All right. 167%. All right. I'm going to make sure to put that down right there. COCP. COCP, new high of day, up 167%. Curl, baby, curl. Yeesh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right, all right. So we got that going on right there. We got that going on right there. Yes, COCP currently had that nice curlage going on there. Ran up to a nice 167%, broke the pennant. Did break the pennant at 167. I will say that. COCP. All right. Broke the pennant when it shot up 167%. Yes. Now, does COCP have any news, DBL moms?
COCP has
first oral antiviral in development for norovirus infection in a podium presentation at the International Calicivirus Conference 39 minutes ago.
Calicivirus, yeesh.
They got new oral drug out.
Yeah, new drugs.
Yeah.
New drugs. Drugs.
Yes.
Medication.
Presentation.
It's the medication.
Yes.
Let's see about that floating volume. Let me see about that floating volume. COCP float is 8 million. Volume is 35 million. So you got that going on right there. That is what we got going on so far, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so COCP doing its thing right there. Currently doing its thing right there. So we'll see what happens. Float is actually now 8 million. Volume is 36 million. So we got that going on. It is trying to curl its way back up. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 400. Let's get to 400 views. Let's get to 400. A little bit overbought on the other side, but hey, it be like that sometimes. COCP trying to curl its way back up. Curling, ladies and gentlemen. Curling. Yeesh. You gotta work it good. COCP curling up. Climb, baby. Climb. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. So, COCP currently climbing its way back up a little bit. Hold on. Let me zoom in the room here. All right. Make sure it's not. Let's make sure. I hope the guy's not forming a double top over here. Ryan Cook and Caleb says, "Good morning, everyone. I'm back. Good morning and welcome back, brother. Good morning and welcome back. How you doing, Ryan? Hope you're well. Hope you are well, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. It's a beautiful Friday on God's green earth. You already know. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ha. Yes. All right. COCP currently has a float of 8 million, volume of 37 million, and news of a new oral drug. Drugs. Yes, good drugs, not bad drugs. Yes, drugs. Yay. You know what I mean? So they got some new oral medicine that came out. And yeah, let's take a look at BHAT. BHAT, what they got going on? BHAT, because BHAT seems to be moving. Float is 7 million. Volume is 3 million. BHAT moving on low volume. BHAT moving up on low volume. Yeesh. Ryan Cook and Caleb says, "I'm great, thank you. Hope you are all well as well." Yes, we are. Thank you very much for the well wishes, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Right now, BHAT is moving up. Currently, it was up 32%. Still climbing its way back up. Again, has very low volume, but hey, I can respect that. Let's respect the grind. Let's respect the hustle. Let's get to BHAT. Take a look at BHAT. See what they're doing right there. BHAT up 50%. BHAT curling its way on up, climbing up to 52. BHAT new high of 52%. BHAT. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 500 people. BHAT shot up to 50%. Yes, sir. All right. All right, all right, all right. So BHAT doing its thing right there. VSTD, let's see about VSTD. VSTD, because VSTD seems to be moving up a little bit as well. VSTD up 60%, currently below the VWAP though. Needs to break the VWAP. VSTD needs to break the VWAP up 60%. So we got that going on right there. VSTD needs to break the VWAP up 60%. 60%. All right. A, B, C, D was right there. And now kind of needs to break this little downtrend over here as well as break through the VWAP. For it to really be schmexy, Tumya has to break this descending wedge over Mya. So that's what it's got to do right here. That's what it's got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. Needs to break through that for it to be so much schmexy, Tumya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So far, ladies and gentlemen, today we got some 4 baggers. We got 4 baggers going right now. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 600 people. Let's get to 600 people. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get VSTD. Yes, 600. VSTD. VSTD needs to break the VWAP and descending wedge. Yes, it does. Does in my opinion, yes. Let's get some support and resistance lines going over here. Bop right here. Take a look at that. All right. So you got support at 124, 195. That is the current support line right here. Resistance at 251, 291, 330, 375, and 458, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on right there. So support line is 195, has to stay above 185 and break through 251. For it to really be schmexy to me, then has to break through that VWAP at 261, 291, 330, 379, and then 458. For it to really be so much schmexy to me. All right. So that's what we got going on. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 600 people. Let's get to 600 people. All right. BHAT. Let's see what they're doing right there. BHAT ran up a nice 57%. BHAT. Yes. BHAT needs volume. BHAT needs some volume, ladies and gentlemen. Needs some volume to keep going up. Needs some volume. Yeesh. Right now, though. Right now, it has to break above this line over here. Let's get the support and resistance lines going on as well. Let's get the support and resistance lines. Bop right here and bop right there. All right. So we got support at 162, 184, 201, 212, 224, and 239. 239 is the support line over here. 263 is the resistance line. Has to break through 263 for it to be somewhat schmexy. To So let's see what happened over here. BHAT, currently their volume and float are exactly matching now. So the volume is creeping on up. It's creeping on up, ladies and gentlemen. It's creeping on up. That's good. Let's see about COCP. COCP, let's see what's going on there. COCP still needs to break that descending wedge right there. COCP. COCP needs to break the descending wedge. Can it curl? All right. Let's see. All right. We got GCTK. GCTK. Ah, yes. That one also needs to break the descending wedge, but it is above the VWAP. It is above the VWAP, though. I will give it that. It is above the VWAP. Needs to break the descending wedge, though. So GCTK also needs to break that descending wedge. GCTK needs to break the descending wedge. Can it curl. It looks like it's curling. Oh, wait. Curling off the descending wedge now. GCTK curling off the descending wedge. Boom. That's what it's doing right there. GCTK curling off the descending wedge right there. Can it continue? Can it continue? Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens there. It looks like it's curling right now. VSTD. Let's get to VSTD. VSTD, bop right there. That one still needs to break the VWAP and descending wedge. So VSTD. VSTD still needs to break that VWAP and descending wedge. Yeesh. All right. Ooh, hold on. QMMM just came in. QMMM. All right. QMMM. $112. Ooh, expensive. That was a runner from a couple days ago, ladies and gentlemen. QMMM. Expensive, but still moving its way on up. Moving on up. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 800 people. 800 people. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. OPI moving in on low volume. Let's take a look at QMMM first. The float is 41 million. Volume is 39,000. So QMMM is moving on some very low volume today. Very low volume. Very low volume. GCTK curling up a little bit there. All right. Let's see what OPI is up to. OPI moving on low volume there. Moving on low volume. So let's see what we got going on there. OPI moving on low volume. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. Boom. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 800 people, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 800. All right. Bop right there. Bop. Got that going on right there. Trying to curl off that descending wedge. OPI trying to curl off that descending wedge right here. So let's see what we got going on here. All right. Let's see. OPI needs to break. Yeah, actually, it is breaking it. Curling off the descending wedge right there. Yeesh. There we go. That's what we got going on. That's what we got going on. Curling off that descending wedge right now. That's what they're doing right there. See that? All right, let's go back to GCTK. GCTK. All right, GCTK forming a bit of a double top right there. We don't like the double tops, DBL moms. We like the double bottoms. We like the double bottoms, but better yet, we like the bottom tails. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second, 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. There we go. All right, so GCTK trying to curl right there, trying to curl a little bit, but right now has a bit of a double top at the 12:10 mark, ladies and gentlemen. Has a bit of a double top at that 12:10, at that, excuse me, 12:13 mark, excuse me, at 12:13 mark. That's where it's got the double top. So needs to break that 12:13 mark for it to really be so much Mexi to me. So GCTK trying to curl. Has to break that double top though. Has to break that double top. Boom, right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 900 people. Let's share it up. Let's share it up. Yes, sir. Let's share it up. GCTK. That's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on. All right. COCP. Currently doing his thing right there. COCP. All right, let's see what we got going on there. COCP, bop right there. All right, COCP. Man, man, you know what I mean? Man, It's okay. Right now, it's got to break the pennant. COCP has to break the pennant. Trying to curl up a little bit, but has to break that pennant, ladies and gentlemen. COCP has to break that pennant. COCP has to break through the pennant. Yeesh. Yeesh, right there. All right, COCP has to break through that pennant for it to really be schmexy to meow. Right now, it is currently testing a resistance at 299. Has to break to 299, 337, and then 339 for it to really be so much schmexy to meow and break through that pennant. Needs to break through that pennant to upward through the pennant, not downward through the pennant. All right, so that's what it's got to do right there. That's what it's got to do. HCWB, HCWB. Let's see what we got going on here. HCWB, bop right there, right there. All right, all right, all right.
OPI looks like it might set up for a breakout.
Oh, maybe. All right. HCWB currently has some support resistance lines right here. HCWB 327, 440, 528, 590, right? Well, actually, 528 is the support line for the stunk. 590 is resistance currently. 653, 729, and 854 are all resistance lines for the stunk right here. Has to break through this little pennant right over meow, because it did have a bit of a double top going on there. Has to break through the pennant and the VWAP right there. So HCWB, HCWB. HCWB needs to break the pennant and VWAP. Yeesh. All right, there we go. QMMM seems to be up 73%. QMMM. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh my, 73% QMMM. All right, there we go. QMMM, ladies and gentlemen, up 73%, new high for the stunk. QMMM, new high, up 73%. All right. All right, let's take a look at that right now. It is moving its way on up, moving and grooving its way on up right there. Let's see how high it goes. Let's see how high it goes. How high is QMMM? QMMM. QMMM currently up 90% now. Up 90%, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. 90%. QMMM new high at 90%. We're going to keep an eye on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Right there could become another bagger. QMMM up 90%. New high. Yeesh. All right. So we got that going on. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1100. Let's get to 1100. Oh, hold on. 97% right there. 97% right there. My, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Yeesh. All right. All right. Keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that one for me. Keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna look into MPU while you keep an eye on that one for me. All right. Keep an eye on that. Yeesh. All right. MPU has a pennant right there that it needs to break. MPU needs to break the pennant. All right. So QMMM up 97%. Can it go parabolic? Cha-cha-cha. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. MPU. All right. MPU needs to break the VWAP up 48%. All right. All right. Yeah, it needs to break that VWAP, ladies and gentlemen, because it just went back down. It needs to break that pennant. It needs to break the VWAP. It needs to do all that good stuff right there. All right. Let's see here. Let's see about OPI. OPI. Let's see what they're doing right there. Hold on. Up. QMMM. What they doing? What they got going on? 121% new bagger. QMMM new bagger. Give me that. Mine now. We got a runner.
We gotta run it quick.
QMMM 121%, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it here first, folks. You saw it here first. Please get it. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get 1,200. Let's get 1,200 people. Let's get 1,200 people. Oh, you want a pen? You want everything? Yeah. Stealing my pens. Look at this. Our pen. Our. All right. QMMM new bagger. Put it up on the Discord there, you know. QMMM new bagger right there. All right. QMMM new bagger up 121%. Yes. Hey, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Other than, called it. But, yeesh. QMMM up 121%. A nice new high right there. Nice new parabolic. Yeesh. Moving down a little bit now. Has to stay above that uptrend, though. Has to stay above the uptrend. Let's take a look at VSTD. VSTD. Let's see. VSTD still needs to break that pennant right there. Still needs to break that pennant. VSTD needs to break that descending wedge. Curl, baby, curl. Curl, baby, curl. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on right there. Let's see about VSTD. VSTD. Actually, we already did VSTD. Let's check on COCP. What's COCP up to? Yeah, nah. Needs to break the downtrend. Needs to break that downtrend, buddy. Needs to break that downtrend. COCP needs to break the downtrend. COCP needs to break the downtrend. Yeesh. All right, needs to break that downtrend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we got. VSTD, PLRZ. What's PLRZ getting up to? PLRZ. Let's see. All right, PLRZ has a descending wedge right there as well. Bop, right there. PLRZ. All right, PLRZ needs to break the descending wedge and VWAP. Yeesh. Needs to do both of those things for it to really be so much maxi to me. Right now it's man. We'll see what happens. GCTK curling has a little bit of a curl going on. A little bit of a curl going on. It's trying to fight its way back up. Currently up 134%. Has a high right over Mia. All right. So that's what we got going on right there. GCTK needs to curl up a little bit more. GCTK trying to test that high, but not there yet. GCTK needs to curl. Needs to curl, baby. Needs to curl. Let's get a share party going. Let's get the 1,400. 1,400. Yeah, let's get the 1,400, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that 1,400 on this beautiful, lovely Friday. Let's end the weekend off strong, ladies and gentlemen. COCP, what they doing right there? Currently trying to curl a little bit. Ryan says, off to work, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. You too, Ryan. You have a great day, man. Have a good time at work. Hope you do well. Hope you make a lot of money, right? And I hope you have a nice, restful weekend. And then you back at it again, brother. Yes, sir. He says, thank you as always. Of course, respect. Much love, brother. Much love. Take care and have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. COCP. COCP. Let's see what we got going on here. Bop right there. Let's make sure. COCP trying to curl. It's trying to curl, but it's not there yet. It's trying to curl. COCP trying to curl. All right, it's trying to curl, so we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. We shall see. Let's check on VSTD. Let's see. Trying to curl off there too a little bit. Little bit of an attempt to curl. Needs to really break that VWAP though. Needs to break that VWAP. COCP VSTD trying to curl a little bit. Nothing crazy. VSTD trying to curl its way on up. VSTD trying to curl. There we go. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, yeesh. All right. So that's what we got going on there. That's what we got going on. Oh, whoa. What? What's up? Okay. She just poked me randomly. Hey! She's trying to elicit a hey from me. Oh, that's not how it works. AGAE 141%. What the?
What happened?
I mean, new bagger. New bagger. AGAE, new bagger. You know what? I don't make the rules here. I just enforce them. 152. 152. I don't make the rules here. AGAE, new bagger. I mean, hey, we did call this morning, so hey.
Hello.
AGAE, new bagger, up 141. Well, how much was it? 150 what? 152. AGAE, new bagger. Price spike up 152%. AGAE price spike up to 152%, ladies and gentlemen. So you got that going on right there.
Yes, and that was
Float is 864,000. Volume is 4 million. So AGAE, new bagger of the day. Up 143%. Called it earlier this morning. Yes, sir. AGAE up 152%. Excuse me, 152%. My bad. Price spike. Price spike, baby. You ever heard that song, Ice Ice Baby? Price spike, baby. Yeah, get it? Price spike, baby. All right, looks like a copywritten. All right, you settle down back there. You settle down back there. Price spike, baby. Yes, sir.
okay.
AGAE price spike. Now forming a bit of a double top over here. Needs to break that double top for it to continue to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yeesh. So needs to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. AGAE. Let's take a look at COCP in the meantime. COCP. All right, let's see. Give it a second there. Bang, bang, bang. Right there. Bop. Still trying to curl. Still trying to curl a little bit. COCP still trying to give it a little bit of a curl. Needs to break that pennant still, though. It was a bit overbought in the RSI. COCP trying to curl up. Needs volume. Needs the volume. The volume, ladies and gentlemen. The volume. I'm taking that from Coach's book. The volume. Yeesh. All right. OPI needs to curl as well. Needs some curlage going on there. Needs some curlage. Let's see what they got going on right there. OPI. And needs to stay above the VWAP, really. Needs to stay above the VWAP. OPI needs to stay above VWAP. Yes. For it to be schmexy to me. GCTK. GCTK. Alright. Currently, you've got that thing going on right there. A little bit consolidated, but above the VWAP right now. GCTK. Consolidated above the VWAP a little bit right there. So we got that going on. That's what we got going on right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1800. 1800. Yeesh, 1800. Let's get to 1800, ladies and gentlemen. GCTK. GCTK. Staying above the VWAP and trying to curl. Again, GCTK had a high of 168%. We did a video on it.
Yes, we did.
Did do a video on it this morning. Yeesh. So currently that's what it's doing right there. That's what it's doing right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1800. 1800. Yes, sir. All right. So you got that going on right there. GCTK, HCWB. Let's take a look at them. HCWB. All right. HCWB still needs to break that pennant. Still needs to curl past that VWAP right there. HCWB needs to break VWAP and pennant for it to be so much maxi to me. Yeesh. Mac asks for WLDS. WLDS. Let's take a look at WLDS. Right now, WLDS is currently below the VWAP, below the 9 EMA. You got that going on right there. So it's right now WLDS. WLDS really is trying to do something, but it needs to break the VWAP. WLDS needs to break VWAP. Needs to break that VWAP right there. I mean, we could let's get it. Let's take a look over here. Let's get a share party going. By the way, let's get to 1800. 1800. Let's get to 1900. Excuse me, 1900. Let's get to 1900. All right. Let's see what we got going on over here. Bop right here. All right. Had a bit of a descending wedge over here. Curled its way back up a little bit, and then formed another pennant right over here, still below the VWAP. Let's get some support and resistance lines activated over here. Let's see. Let's see. This is for today. Oh, nice. Yeah, it needs to hold above that 893 mark, break through that 950 mark. OPI breaking out. Let's see what's going on there. OPI. What's going on with OPI? Currently up 41%, trying to break out there. OPI trying to climb. Mac says thanks. No problem, Mac. Of course. Anybody else got any requests for stonks we should look at? Put it in the chat. Yeah, let's get to 2,000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 2,000. All right. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,000. OPI trying to curl. OPI trying to curl. Yeesh. All right. All right. So, OPI doing its thing right there. OPI. All right, let's take a look at AGAE. AGAE. All right, a little bit of a... It stopped doing its thing right there. So, had a bit of a descending wedge right there. Needs to break the descending wedge. AGAE. AGAE needs to break that descending wedge, ladies and gentlemen. AGAE needs to break the descending wedge. There we go. Boom, right there. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,000. 2,000, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000. Lucky number 2,000 right there. All right, let's see what we got. QMMM. QMMM. All right, still aligned with the uptrend, still aligned with it somewhat, but it needs some more volume, You know what I mean? A little more volume. QMMM trying to curl and still staying friends with the trend right there. So QMMM trying to curl and remain friends with the trends. There we go. Max says, sweet, thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. Of course. Of course, Mac. Of course. Yes, sir. QMM still staying friends with that uptrend. Still staying friends with it. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens with QMM. Let's take a look at COCP. COCP. All right. Still needs to break that descending wedge there. Curling up slow. It's trying to move up a little bit, but right now it's a little slow. COCP needs volume. Yeesh. Needs some volume, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2100. 2100. All right. So let's see here. HCWB. HCWB. All right. Bop right there. Curling up. HCWB curling up off the pennant right there. HCWB. Let's see what we got going on. What's HCWB up to?
HCWB.
81%. 81%. HCWB curling off the pennant. HCWB. That had a high of 114%. Curling off the pennant. Bop right there. Yeesh. Curling off that pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2100. 2100 testing the VWAP. HCWB testing that VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. HCWB testing the VWAP. Yeesh. There we go. That's what it's doing right there, ladies and gentlemen. Has a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We likes them bottom tails. We likes them and we wants them. Yeesh. All right, all right, all right. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, hold on. All right, there we go. So we got that going on right there. We got that going on right there. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2200. 2200. Yeesh, 2200. All right, so HCWB still trying to test that VWAP right there. We'll give it some time. Give it some time to marinate. You know what I mean? To marinate. PLRZ currently has a float of 6 million, volume of 30 million. So that's good. That's good. Just needs to break that VWAP, though. That's what it needs to do. PLRZ needs to break the VWAP and the descending wedge. PLRZ needs to break VWAP and descending wedge right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So that's what it needs to do right there. Currently, right there. Needs to break that descending wedge and that VWAP right there. The 9 EMA is currently moving below it, so it needs to curl. That's what it needs to do right there for it to really be somewhat schmexy to me. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what else we got. GCTK. Where we going? Where we going with this one? Has had a bit of an uptrend, then made a double top. So right now, in my opinion, has another little pennant that it needs to break right over here. Still above the VWAP though, so God bless that it is above the VWAP right there. So GCTK needs to break the pennant. That's what's got going on. Currently above the VWAP though, so let's make sure it stays that way. There, you know, gotta make sure it stays that way. But you know, that's how it be. That's how it be. That's how it be, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it be. All right. Yeesh. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2300. 2300. Yeesh. 2300. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to 2300. All right. Let's see here. GCTK, AGAE, AGAE. Let's see what we got going on here. AGAE still. Does AGAE have any news? Does it have...
AGAE shares are trading higher after the company announced an initial investment in Bitcoin and Ethereum as part of its treasury strategy.
Strategy?
Strategy.
Strategy.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we got.
AGAE did get some new news. Yes, new news. AGAE did get news. Let's get a share party going. Let's get 2300. 2300. All right. AGAE. AGAE needs to break that VWAP. Needs to break that VWAP. Has good news though. It does have news. It has the float is relatively low, volume relatively high. So we'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. We shall see. Yes. All right. Oh, I know. It has a pennant. It has a pennant. Yes. 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 All right. Let's see what else we got. HCWB in the meantime. Float of 2 million. Volume of 11 million. HCWB trying to curl its way back up there, but it's moving down a little bit. Moving down. Had that shot upward though to test the VWAP. Now currently not testing the VWAP. Needs to start testing it though. Needs to restart testing that VWAP though. So HCWB needs to really test that VWAP. HCWB needs to break the VWAP. Right there. It needs to break that VWAP. Yes, HCWB needs to break the VWAP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,500. 2,500. 2,500, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Currently, GCTK up 130%. Currently, GCTK. Again, GCTK had a high of 168. So it's trying. It still needs to break that pennant. Still needs some volume. You know what I mean? Some volume. GCTK needs some volume. Yeesh. Right there. All right. COCP. Let's see what COCP is up to. All right. Still the same old, same old. Needs to break that pennant. Has a bit of a double top over here. Has to break above the pennant for it to really be schmexy to me on. Needs some volume as well. COCP needs some volumation. Yes. COCP needs some volume, baby. Yeah, volumation. Volumation. Yes. So vitamin V. That would be good. That would be good. VSTD. Actually, hold on. And let's see. HCWB. HCWB.
What do you think of that one?
A little bit, sort of, maybe. Yeah. I know. It's a HCWB is trying. Is trying to break the VWAP. It has the float. The float is 2 million. Volume is 11 million. Does HCWB have any news? News. Yes. HCWB. It does have something that came out on Tuesday, but that's really about it.
It's kind of old. Yeah. Nothing like lately.
Nothing lately. All right. I mean, the last thing they had really that was of interest was results from second gen T cell engager programs. So that's what they had going on there. That was it really though. ELBM, something new right there. Moved up 61% on low volume. ELBM up 61%. Oh, excuse me, 70% now on low volume. Oh, too late now. Fine. Yeah, it does that. Jay asks, how is BIYA looking in MGIH? All right, we'll take a look at them. All right, give me just a second. ELBM had a price spike though. ELBM had a price spike up 74%. There we go. All right. Now, let's take a look at BIYA. BIYA. Let's see what we got going on. Very choppy. Very, very choppy. Looking choppy right now. So, right now, doesn't look like it has much in terms of the volume department. Let's see what the floating volume is for this stonk right here. BIYA. BIYA. BIYA float is 10 million and change. Volume is unknown as of now, but it looks like it's very low volume. So BIYA needs some volume. BIYA very choppy. Very choppy. Needs volume. Yeah, she needs volume. She needs volume. All right. So that's what it really needs right here because it's very choppy, a lot of indecisive wicks, and a lot of not really, yeah, kind of barcoding, but not really. It's just very choppy and sporadic. So let's see what else we got. MGIH, MGIH. Let's see what we got going on here with this one. MGIH currently below the VWAP right here. So let's get some support resistance lines over here. Bop and bop right there. Okay, so we got support at 204, 250, right? 250 is the support line currently. Has resistance at 286, 312, 338, 369, and 420. So right now has to hold above 250, has to break through 286 to really be so much mexy to me. What's this? What's the floating volume on the stock? MGIH. All right, float is 1.25 million. Volume is 13 million and change. So it does have the volume for it. It has the volume. Does it have any news? Let me see about any news. Let's see. MGIH doesn't have any real news other than what came out Monday, July 28th, which was a while ago. So no news, but it does have the volume. It does have volume. So MGIH has volume, but needs to. MGIH has volume, but needs to curl. Does need to curl, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to curl. All right. So let's actually see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got. Let's get the graffiti pencil, right? Bop. Actually, hold on. Bop right there. Okay. Had a bit of a descending wedge, right? Curled off of that descending wedge a little bit, right there, and made another descending wedge. Needs to break the VWAP. MGIH needs to break that VWAP though. The EM90 EMA is going further and further down away from the VWAP. That's the only thing really there. It's leaning towards being oversold as well. So you got that going on. So as of now, MGIH needs to break that VWAP. MGIH needs to break the VWAP. All right. Giello asks what I must buy. I can't really tell you that because I'm not a stock advisor or stock professional. So do your own due diligence right there. All right. ELBM. Let's see what we got going on. Actually, oh wait, we already did that one. Actually, we'll look at it again, see what's going on with it. ELBM. Let's see right there. ELBM below the VWAP now. It needs to break that VWAP right there. ELBM needs to break the VWAP. ELBM needs to break the VWAP. Yes. Yes, it does. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,900. Let's get to 2,900, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get to 2,900. Giello says hi from Mexico. Hello. Hi, Giello. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. All right. Let's see here. All right. So, ELBM needs to break that VWAP. Now, let's see what else we got. What else we got? Let's see here. COCP. Let's see what that one's doing. COCP and broke below the descending wedge and needs some volume. COCP needs some volume for it to really be schmexy to me. COCP needs volume to be Come schmexy tunya. Yes, sir. All right. There we go. GCTK. Let's see what that one's doing. GCTK looks like it's curling a little bit. Curling. Oh my. Curling a little bit. It's above the VWAP right now. It is above the VWAP. Above the VWAP. Broke the VWAP and is now curling. GCTK broke the VWAP and is now curling. Yeesh. All right. There we go. Me oh my, oh me oh my. Yeesh. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,000. 3,000.
3,000 folks.
Let's get to 3,000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 3,000. Yes, sir. Share. Share with your mom. Share with your dad. Share with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog. All that good stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. Your pet alpaca. Exactly.
Anyone wants to know what an alpaca is?
It's like a llama, but it's like a llama, but you know. Eh. That was cool. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any loot in Fortnite. You're right.
Just saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Oh, VSTD. What's VSTD up to? Let's see. VSTD 12 million float volume is 48 million. VSTD. Ooh, all right. Needs to break that right there. All right. All right. Needs to break there. Right there. VSTD. VSTD needs to break the descending wedge right there. Yes, need to break that descending wedge. Yes. All right. Cold World NFAs has brought a bunch at $1 and been sitting in drawdown for a minute. This is great. All right. Yes, it do be like that sometimes. Good luck, Cold World. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Thoughts and prayers, brother. Good luck. Jay asks for what about RIVN? All right, let's take a look for RIVN. Let's take a look at RIVN. All right. RIVN. Little bit of some barcoding going on here. A little bit of barcoding there, which implies to me that there's not a lot of volume here for the stonk. Let's see about float and volume. Let's see what the float. What's the float and what's the float and the volume? Float is 1 billion. Is that a B?
It looks like a B to me.
Yeah, that's a B. Okay, 1 billion. That's very high float.
Oh
Extremely high. Volume is 420,000. So, very low float. Yeah, RIVN. Heavy volume.
No,
Heavy float. Heavy float. Not a lot of volume. And it's dropping like a rock right there. Yeah, very heavy float, not a lot of volume. Man. Not feeling it. Not feeling that one. Unfortunately. Yeah, look at that big red candle. Ooh. Yeah, no. It's moving towards being oversold. All right, yeah, no. Let's take a look at WLDS. WLDS seems to be trying to curl up. Up, AGAE moving, testing the VWAP there. AGAE testing the VWAP. All right, let's take a look at WLDS over here, trying to curl and break through. Okay, WLDS curling and breaking through the descending wedge right there. WLDS breaking through the descending wedge. Yeesh. All right. And then you said, all right. Oh, yes. All right. So, what were we saying? Oh, yes. AGAE breaking through that VWAP. Yes, it is. It is curling through the VWAP right there. Currently curling that VWAP. Curling that VWAP right there. Yes, sir. AGAE broke the VWAP. Yeesh. Broke the VWAP out the gate.
Yes. Look, the VWAP.
Broke the VWAP. Break it some more. Break it. Break it, my child. Ah. Yes, break it, my child. Good. Good. Very good. Yes. All right. Float for AGAE is 864,000. Volume is 22 million. So yeesh. Good. 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 Right there. That's good stuff. COCP. COCP needs to break that descending wedge still. COCP still needs to break that descending wedge. So COCP needs to break that descending wedge. Right there. Mac says WLDS breaking VWAP maybe. Let's take a look over here. WLDS, it is testing the VWAP right now, but yes, it is trying. It is definitely trying. Look at that right there. Good call on that right there. Mac, good call, good call. Looks good. So far, it's testing the VWAP. WLDS testing that VWAP right there. Let's see what happens. WLDS testing the VWAP. Yes. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,300. 3,300. Yes, it broke through the VWAP. Let's go, baby. Let's go. WLDS, 22% up. Broke through the VWAP right there. WLDS, congratulations. Yeah. WLDS broke through that VWAP right there. Yes, sir. Broke the VWAP. Yes. Broke that VWAP. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. So currently breaking through the VWAP, testing a resistance line at 1031. So it is testing resistance lines left and right, ladies and gentlemen. Testing those resistance lines left and right. WLDS. Let's see what we got going on here. WELDS testing the resistance lines. But it has a bit of a top tail, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We like the top tails. We like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. It has a bit of a top tail, though. So let's see what happens right there. Yeesh. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. GCTK. What's going on with GCTK? All right. GCTK looks like it's curling. Still curling. Has a bottom tail. GCTK has a bottom tail and is curling. GCTK curling up off the pennant. Right there. HCWB. Let's see what they got going on. Not feeling that one. HCWB. HCWB needs to break that downtrend. HCWB needs to break the downtrend. Yay. All right. Needs to break that downtrend right there. Let's see what else we got. AGAE. AGAE. All right. Let's see here. Up, still curling. AGAE broke through that volume, broke through that VWAP, and curling. What are you talking about? English. Use your words. Use your words. Yes. AGA climbing up off that VWAP. Yeah, baby. There we go. You didn't tell me. You were like you were Englishing brokenly. Did you? You're like it was doing the thing with the VWAP with the that was you.
You were not listening.
What you were I'm like out with it. Out with it. English. No, it's fine. We're having a good time here. We're having a good time. I bully her a little bit. It's good for her. Builds character. Bully. I'm sorry, dude. My mom's. I love you. Yeesh. Toughen up a little bit. Yeesh. No, I'm just kidding. All right. IBEX trying to curl low volume. IBEX moving on low volume. IBEX moving on low volume. AGAE looks like it's curling. Wow, right there. AGAE, what's going on with AGAE?
AGAE.
AGAE up 122 above the VWAP. I'm trying to stay above VWAP. Yeah, right there. Trying to cross. Yeah, she needs volume. Needs some more volume. AGAE needs some more volume. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Hello. Hello. All right, there we go. AGAE needs volume to stay above VWAP. Yeah, needs volume to stay above the VWAP. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Oh, let's see about COCP. Still, still down the downtrend. You know, I mean, COCP. Just COCP. You know, put a little EHHHHHH. Dot. There you go. That's how you spell. Just like 3 dots at the. What? AGAE needs to move its butt up. AGA. Yeah. 220. 220. $2.20. Ah, okay. Yes. Good. It's a grind. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. All right. AGAE, then let's see what's going on with it. AGAE grinding its way on up, 139%, testing the high. Yes, testing the high a day. Let's get some support resistance lines right over here for the stunk right here. Bop and bop right there because they have some lines going up there. So AGAE needs to hold above 208, needs to break through 237. AGAE pushing up. AGAE pushing on up, baby. Yeesh. AGAE 141%. Oh, come on now. Don't show me no double top. Don't show me no double top. I want to see the double bottoms. I want better than the double bottoms. I want the bottom tail. Come on now. AGAE, come on now. Tweaking, I tell you, it's tweaking. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,700, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 3,700. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. Pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different folks in the early bird gets the cash. But yeah, check out that 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners to get access to this lovely, beautiful scanner right over here and the newsroom, both of which are $9.99 for the first 4 days. So be sure to check it out. Yeesh. AGAE trying to curl. And why do I have a sudden urge for chicken nuggies? Yeesh. I don't know why. I don't know. My brain just went, I want some chicken nuggies. I don't know why. You know what it is? Like, you know what it is? It's like, it's like, certain friends of mine, they get random urges for pickles. I get random urges for chicken nuggets. It'd be like that. Bungo Muggo says they've been doing that all week. Yeesh. All week. Yeah. 142. AJE test. AGAE, can it hold above the VWAP right there? AGAE, can it hold above the VWAP? Question mark. Let's see. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,700, 3,800, excuse me, 3,800. Share it up. Share it up, ladies and gentlemen. Share it up. Share it up. Share it up. Share it up. Yes, sir. So, currently, AGAE doing that thing right there. Let's check out IBEX. 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 All right. IBEX curling above the VWAP a little bit. Again, on low volume. Low volume. IBEX curling above the VWAP on low volume. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. Boom right there. Yeesh. Yeesh. So, currently with IBEX, let me get some support and resistance lines going over here. Let's get some support and resistance lines. Ford is moving as well. Ford is moving on low volume. I know, Ford, expensive, moving on low volume. Low volume. Yeesh. All right. And AIRE also moving on low volume as well. AIRE moving on low volume. Yeesh. Bop right there. All right, let's get some support resistance lines for IBEX. Right, yeah. And right, yeah. There we go, right there. Let's check it out here. We got support at 29.15, 31.88, 34.03, 35.54, 37.04. All right, and 38.91. All of which bada binga, bada boonga.
Right.
It is. Those are the support lines. So the support line has to hold above is 38.91. Needs to break through 41.92, ladies and gentlemen, for it to be schmexy to meow. Otherwise, it's just you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comments section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, folks. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. So yeah, be sure to check that out. You get access to this beautiful scanner right over here with all the clickable hyperlinks that you need. So that way all you'd have to do is click on that hyperlink, get the chart, you get the news, you get all that good stuff, you get the float, volume, price, etc. All of it right at your fingertips. Right at your fingertips, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying. Right at your fingertips. So that's pretty much what we got going on right there. So be sure to check out that $9.99 offer for 4 days. All right, 4 days. Yes. 4 days. So, yeah. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel where we do lots of videos, live streams, stonk analyses. We did a video actually this morning on GCTK. Did a video on it this morning. So you can check that out. You can check out the review there. You can find all that good stuff at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money on YouTube, where we do and we also have lots of shorts and motivational shorts as well. So we got all that going on right there at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on X.com, aka Twitter, where we do lots and lots of stonk analysis, live streaming, and other cool stuff as well. You can find us there at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, where we do lots of stonk analyses at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. You can find us on the lovely, beautiful Twitch, where we do lots of live streaming at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money. And you can find us on TikTok, Tiki Taki, aka the Tac. The Tac, yes. You can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Monday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So have a great Friday. Have a wonderful Friday. Have an excellent weekend. Restful. May it be restful. May it rejuvenate you. May it strengthen you. And then we going to be back at it again on Monday with the hustle. You know how it is. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at it again with the hustle. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, be sure to take care of that. Have a good day. Make a lot of money. Be greenable. I hope all your dreams and aspirations come true. I hope you guys make a lot of money. I hope you guys do great, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's pretty much it for me. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around with the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. Other times you shoot her out the cannon and she goes wee. Other times you find throwing the stock market, she finds some ABCD. She did call a couple of stonks like HCWB, VSTD, GCTK, and COCP. We call her Deviant Moms. All right. That's pretty much it for me. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on Monday. Take care. Have a restful weekend. Make a lot of money.